So, transfer deadline day was yesterday. We had so many big deals throughout the day. I will be honest, transfer deadline day in the last couple of years, particularly in January, has been a bit drab, but this year was actually pretty good. We did see some pretty big deals happening in the Premier League and other leagues around Europe, as well as all of the major leagues in Europe. Their transfer window shut yesterday. I think the only exception to that really is the Eredivisie over in the Netherlands as well. But I'm just going to go through some signings here because there was quite a lot, like I said, and just kind of give my thoughts on them at the end of the day, because I could just list them out, but I'm actually just going to go through the BBC Sport website here and just go through them because there's so many that it was so hard to keep up at the end of the day. Now, one of the deals that happened just before Monday was Marcus Rashford going on loan to Aston Villa from Manchester United. I'm not going to talk too much about that one because I already spoke about that in my other review that came out yesterday. But Aston Villa were very active during the transfer deadline day, signing two big players on loan. I mean, particularly Marco Asensio on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. I think he's won the Champions League 3 times with Real Madrid in the past, and someone that Zinedine Zidane very much highly rated during his time as Madrid manager. On top of that as well, they have also signed Axel Disasi on loan from Chelsea as well. So some bolstering there of their attacking and defensive options for Villa, because in the league at least it's been a bit hit and miss for Villa really, especially after Champions League nights, which they're going to have at least 2 more of them coming up, of course, in the round of 16. So I think depth there being their big problem. They have a very good starting 11, but when it comes to rotating the squad and playing 2 games a week, they are relatively struggling at doing that, and we do see that in how poor they are after a Champions League hangover. So this will definitely help bolster their ranks. Everton were quite busy as well. They've signed Carlos Alcaraz, no, not the tennis player, the Argentine winger who used to play for Southampton. He's signed on loan from Brazilian club Flamengo for the remainder of the season at St Park. Everton, of course, having a real resurgence under David Moyes, and this will definitely help them as well, I am sure. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they're another side that are looking to avoid relegation. They've made 2 big signings as well. They have signed Red Star Belgrade's defender Nasser Giga, I'm going to say Giga for that, and Reims midfielder Etsy as well on deadline day. So another 2 players to really help them out in, again, their bid for survival, which honestly, with the way things are going, I would back them to do that. But I feel between them and Ipswich, I feel like Leicester probably won't have enough this season. But Ipswich, another team that have been quite active as well. We'll try and cover as much as I can, but like I said, so much was going on. At my team, Sheffield United, we made a few deadline day signings, 3 of them in total. 1 of them came completely out of nowhere. Rob Holding was very much on the kind of the rumour mill really with that. He is signed on loan for the remainder of the season from Crystal Palace. You might remember him from Arsenal. He's not really played much for Palace this season, but he is someone who I really like, to be honest with you. A very confident defender on the ball, so I'm very happy with that personally. We've also signed Christian Nwanchuku. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I do apologise for that. He's signed from over in Bulgaria, has the Nigerian winger, but yeah, joined on an undisclosed fee, as has Jefferson Caceres as well. He's also joined from, I believe, in Peru for an undisclosed fee. So yeah, 2 players maybe for the future, but I think Caceres might well play pretty soon, to be honest with you. But yeah, very encouraging from the Blades. I am quietly confident seeing that. Keeping it in the Championship though, I will give a mention to Burnley. They made a real surprise signing of Marcus Edwards from a Sporting Club over in Portugal, and yeah, real surprise that they managed to do that. He's coming for a loan deal for the remainder of the season, and Ajax's Jadon Bannell as well has also joined the Clarets for an undisclosed fee as they look to make an immediate return to the Premier League. A signing that was done pretty early on in the day was Brighton & Hove Albion. They signed Simas from Nuremberg over in Germany. He has not actually joined the club, I don't believe, until the end of the season. He goes immediately back on loan, I believe. Yes, he does indeed. So he goes back on loan to Germany for the remainder of the season, but we will see him in the Premier League in the next season because, of course, Brighton will be there. They are more than safe in the Premier League this season for sure. Chelsea as well, unsurprisingly, they were quite busy. They've loaned out Chukwuemeka to Borussia Dortmund for the remainder of the season as well. I don't think they did too much other than that though. A few rumours going around, but I didn't really see too much other than, of course, Ben Chilwell as well going on loan to Crystal Palace. Yeah, again, I mean, a guy that I really rate highly, I'll be honest with you. I really like Ben Chilwell, but fitness and being consistent and being available is his big real Achilles heel, to be honest with you. Him and Reece James, unfortunately, they don't usually play too many games between them. But yeah, a great signing for Crystal Palace as they look to really cement their place in the Premier League, which, to be honest with you, I think they've already done. I think they're fine, to be honest. I think they'll be all right. Bournemouth, they're having an excellent season in the Premier League as well. They have signed Ellie Junior Krupi from FC Lorient. He will go back on loan, though, for the remainder of the season. It's similar to what Simas is doing for Brighton. He will remain at his club over in France, FC Lorient. And the last one, this was a really big one, this. Matthias Tell. Now, Spurs fans, let me know what you think about Tell, because tell me what you think about Tell, because obviously he was set to sign for Tottenham Hotspur on a loan deal initially. But then he rejected Spurs, said, no, I want to go to Man United. I want to go to Man United. And this is what's been said. And eventually Man United couldn't do the deal with Bayern Munich. So he's just like, all right, fine. I'll go to Spurs. Might as well. That's kind of how I read it. I mean, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what agents are doing. You know what clubs are saying. But it does seem very much as though, you know, Spurs have got sloppy seconds here. You know, it's, I don't know. The talented player, it's a great signing for Spurs. Any kind of backup, any kind of, I mean, I think he goes straight in the starting 11 with the way Spurs are with their injuries at the moment. Any kind of player like that will, of course, be a positive for Tottenham, but I would be a bit, I don't know. I mean, happy, I suppose, if you're a Spurs fan, because I don't know, it's a bit of a strange one, because it's like, yeah, you clearly were not his first choice, maybe not even his second or third choice, but you've got him. So, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, as long as he performs and performs well for the club, I don't think Spurs fans are going to care. It's all about how he performs on the pitch at the end of the day. But unfortunately, BBC Sport do not have the complete picture when it comes to all the signs. There are quite a few notable ones that I've noticed that were not included in that article. Anyway, it's what it is, you know. Sky have got the more complete picture, so I've just hopped over to there. Nico Gonzalez, that was a very late one from Manchester City. He is signed for around £50 million from FC Porto as well. I also saw that Willian is meant to come back to Fulham as well on a free transfer. I don't think that has been confirmed yet. Apparently there will be a confirmation today. He is, of course, a free agent after leaving a Brazilian club. Was it Flamengo? It was all Corinthians. It was someone in Brazil that he's left. So he doesn't need to actually be signed before the deadline, but yeah, he is set to, of course, come back to Fulham. A real surprise one. That just came out of nowhere. Like 10 o'clock last night, they were like, oh yeah, so Willian's in London. He's going to sign for Fulham. Like, what? Where's he got? What's going on? Evan Ferguson as well. He has signed on loan at West Ham, I believe, for the rest of the season. Yes, it was a loan deal. Hope he gets back to fitness. Hope he gets playing well, of course, as well. João Felix, he has left Chelsea. He's been loaned out to AC Milan for the remainder of the season. I think that's mostly it, though. I don't think there's anybody else really jumping out immediately to me. Some people questioning whether Man United should have made a signing. Same with Arsenal as well. I'm not so sure about that. But yeah, I believe, guys, I think that is it, really, in terms of deals happening. I mean, I'm just scrolling right now. They see me scrolling, they hating. But I think that's it, really. I mean, this is the first time I've done like a transfer roundup for transfer deadline day. Wolves have signed a Zimbabwean player, but that's Marshall. Oh, we already covered him. Yes, of course, Marshall Monetsi from Reims over in France. So yeah, a lot of things happening. Very positive for a lot of clubs. I think very telling for some as well. Southampton and Leicester. I'd be very worried if I were them. They've got no real signings in. Ipswich signed the goalkeeper from West Brom as well. That's the last one I'll mention. That's not got a mention anywhere in here. I can't remember his name though. But anyway, yeah, he signed, which should help them out. They've made a few signs of Ipswich as they bid to try and stay in the Premier League. But yeah, transfer deadline day, absolutely manic, guys. But we love it. We love it. The game, and it was actually a very good one this time, I'd say. I mean, of course, it wasn't quite on the levels of past ones. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about with the questionable bits of apparatus that have made appearances in transfer deadlines over the years. We've not had an Odin Wingy thing where someone's been turning up at a club and been like, nah, mate, we don't want to sign you, actually. Go back. We're not seeing that kind of drama. And I don't think we'll ever see that kind of drama again, really, but for more than good reasons at the end. Odin Wingy was funny, but the purple thing, I think it was a Hull, wasn't it? Some guys just got in the camera shot. If you guys, I don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up at your peril. That was one of the... I remember watching that live in amateur. But yeah, nothing quite on that level. But yeah, an eventful day for sure. we've definitely had worse deadline days. I'd even argue that the deadline day in the summer was probably more dull. This was actually pretty good. We had quite a few things going on. Tell definitely made a lot of drama with his signing for, is he going to go to Man United? Is he going to go to Spurs? Is he just going to head back to Munich? And Spurs in the end. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. How did your do? Are you happy with the business during the transfer window in January and the start of February? Thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, if you want to see more content just like this here on thefootballchronicle.com. Have a great week ahead. Take care. And of course, if anything else happens in the transfer market between now and whenever, we'll let you know any big deals that come through. Of course, Willian to Fulham is the one that I'm expecting to be confirmed next.